Guess who's back? Lenny Sly, Road Warrior Training Compound here in Schaumburg, fucking Illinois. Yeah, I've been out of the game for a while, and for good reason. You guys are gonna find out real soon why. So I decided, you know what? It's Friday night, let's do a fucking video. Let's light this motherfucker up and get you guys back in the game with what I'm doing at this school. Today, I kind of got away from the Aikido past, present, and future with this video. I'm gonna go back to that series. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about all the people that requested about certain techniques that they want to see. We have the one that we're going to do. That's probably going to be next to be on the list for filming. So when it comes up, I don't know. I got a big thing that's about to hit. You guys will definitely get wind about this very soon. A lot of you guys are going to be really happy if you know what I'm talking about. So I decided to do a single video today, and I'm going to do it on our version of the Aikido technique, Nikyo, from Tenshin Aikido. It's going to be more on the combative concept side. You're going to see some Aikido similarities in there and whatnot, but I'm going to show some striking application as you do that. And some of these applications are pretty fucking devastating when you apply this. So for all you naysayers out there that don't think that Aikido is an applicable martial art or whatever, now I'm going to show you a little bit of my version of how you can make that particular wrist lock technique pretty devastating, especially with strikes. So I got Chris Luper here with me, as always, to demonstrate technique. Just so you guys know, some of the wrist locks that we do, they vary. Nikyo has several different variations of this, okay? Just to go through basics. So from a Kosadori application, you have this version. From a Katate Dori, you have this version, okay? If for whatever reason you were able to get into a grab, this application in Nikyo, this application in Nikyo, this application in Nikyo, this application Nikyo, and the most brutal form of it is this application, which will fuck your shit up really quick. There won't be any shake and bake to the fucking JCPenney's lingerie section anytime soon if you do this lock to somebody and you fuck up their wrist. Game over. You're gonna be going the other side for a long time. That wrist is not gonna be working. So we're gonna do this off of, say, a strike, for example. So a punch comes in, you get this hand deflection, and you move. How would you get Nikyo from here? Basically, you force your hand into this application and you apply that technique. You can move into a Yubidori, whatever you want. A Hichishime, which is an elbow break technique. A lot of stuff you can do at this point. Applying this application, you can also incorporate a leg sweep and seriously fuck them up. That's gonna snap their arm right away, okay? Other things you can do with Nikyo is, as you're applying this is where it gets down and dirty, guys. You apply this Nikyo, a lot of times when you see this application, people are pressing down. You don't want to do that. I'm going to go into that a little bit later because I have a special guest that I'm going to bring in so you can see this done with that person. I will be showing that person how to actually apply this. So I'm going to show you the proper way on how to do this and the most effective way on how to do this. But right now I'm going to show you a little bit of dirty tactics. So from there, you can knee right to the face. Simple technique, he stands up, boom, knee strike. How many people are going to walk away from that? Not too many. And if you do, you're going to be a toothless motherfucker while you're walking away. From that point, you can go into Kotagaishi, whatever, okay? Other variations from Katate Dori, moving into this same application, same thing. You can knee strike if you wanted to. You can knee strike, pull this out, hammer fist to the face if you wanted. Move out of the way of this, you can grab, reapply this Nikyo technique if you wanted to. Same thing again, knee strike, kick to the face, whatever you want. Lift up, strike to the face. Move under at this point to where now you have almost a Sankyo variation. Okay, how would you get this back into Nikyo? Good question. Moving right into this right away. You have that. Okay? Keeps transitioning over and over and over however you want to do this. Okay? So there's a lot of things you can do. Let's just go traditional for a second. So night hand strike to the side of the head. You have this deflection and you move. Same thing, goes into that Nikyo application. One more time. So from here you block and you move right into that Nikyo. To where you can actually move into this, to where now you have this elbow lock application, finger, obviously you gotta watch being hit. But if you're applying this the right way and you're moving in, you're breaking that arm before there's a chance for them to do anything to you. So, with those little things in mind, from the little stuff that I showed you, I'm gonna bring in our special guest right now. Wanna walk in? This is a new student of mine. Her name is Dana. She's been with me, roughly about a month and a half, and this is her second month of training. quick learner, very quick learner, and I felt compelled to bring her on so I can introduce her to you guys. You're probably gonna see a little bit more of her, especially on the YouTube videos, because this woman picks up stuff really quick. With a month and a half worth of training, all of us here, especially the senior instructors, are pretty impressed with the fact of how she can apply technique and the way how she absorbs. And for all you women out there that are watching this going, oh, I don't think I can ever do that because it's always men. Here's living proof right here. Women can do this just as easily as men, if not better. And the reason being is because women don't usually sit there and question what's going on. They don't sit there with the what ifs and whys and how does this work and why does this work and I don't understand how this works. You know, us being guys, we're all, you know, we're pre-programmed with stupidity. We need to know why this works. We have to know how it works. If we don't understand it, then there's just a plethora of just doubt in our head that a technique won't work. With women, they just mimic the movement, they go with it, and they apply technique. On top of it, there's one thing that she can't do that most of us can do, okay, is that she can't overpower us. You know, unless you're some Russian beet farmer, fucking power lifter, that's a whole different story. But, you know, the average woman isn't going to be able to overpower a guy with strength, but she can definitely overpower a guy with proper technique. That's how this stuff is going to work. You know, it's always about the application and how well the application is presented, the way how it's applied, the effectiveness of it. If it's all strength and you're trying to muscle everything all the time, you're going to get a shit show going on because it's not going to work. Then you're going to get your partner that you're practicing with learning the technique that's not going to be, how you guys like to say, compliant. They're going to resist, it's going to turn bad, someone's going to get hurt because the person that's applying it's going to think that it's not working and inadvertently, you know, hit the gas pedal a little bit and fuck up somebody's wrist, and that's not what you want to do, especially in training. You know, when you're learning these techniques, you know, a lot of you guys got to understand, especially you know, fucking keyboard commandos and stuff, you go, oh yeah, this would work, or, you know, I would do this, I would do that. First off, let me just point something out really quick. Half the time, you're never going to know, actually 99.99% of the time, you're never going to know what somebody's going to be able to do to you if you grab them or if you punch them. Critique this technique all you want. Personally, I don't give a fuck. If you got something to say about it, then hop your ass in the fucking first thing that's smoking and fly out to 1189 Tower Road, Schaumburg, Illinois, and I'll prove it to you firsthand. Otherwise, shut the fuck up because you don't know what you're talking about. You're not qualified to even make a comment, as far as I'm concerned, if you don't know how this stuff works. And second of all, in a learning platform, there has to be compliance with the technique, otherwise people seriously get hurt. These are your training partners, this is your family. Who are you going to have to train with if you're breaking somebody's wrists in class all the time? Okay, so with that being said, let's move on to the actual technique. We're going to go off of the Cosadori, the cross hand grab with Dana. So Chris is going to grab Dana cross hand. So walk through it slow. So as she gets grabbed, she's going to basically laterally move to her left. Okay, then from there, she circles on this, covers the hand with her free hand, and as she's applying this technique, zoom in, Frank. As she's applying this, a lot of you guys are gonna, go ahead and start applying. She's gonna roll this. As she rolls her hand, this is where the technique actually starts to become painful. If you really wanna make this super painful, she rolls this into her center and brings it in, which intensifies it, does it not? Right. It intensifies it, plus the fact that this is gonna be harder for him to release even if she has a weak grip. If she doesn't have this fully seated on his hand where it's secured, he's gonna have a hard time getting out of this, especially when this is rolled. Don't release. Roll it, roll it, roll it. You can see that right there, okay? One thing you don't wanna do is you don't wanna have the thumb out, because then that gives him an idea that your hand's not gonna be able to rotate any farther than that. You put your thumb on the other side of the hand, and as she rolls this into her center, it intensifies the technique right away. The one thing that I gotta correct you with is, you're open here. Okay, switch your feet. This leg should be forward, you should be more over that way, facing him, so you're actually protected. You know, women can get hurt there in the groin just like how men can. You always want to stay protected that way, because that is definitely somewhere where somebody's going to want to strike you if you put somebody in this position, because that's going to be one of the ways of getting out of this wrist lock. Otherwise, you're having a really bad day with that hand, you know what I'm saying? So you always want to protect your center line, protect your vitals at that point so you don't get injured. So let's try it again. So as the grab happens, extend the hand out. As the grab happens, you're shifting over, right from there, start to roll the technique into your center. Okay? You feel it, Chris? Okay, tap when you know it's good. Okay? One more time. Now remember, when you're getting this wrist lock, don't get in the habit of this and you start applying. You want to get in the habit of rolling this to be, and I show this all the time. This hand shouldn't just apply and push. It should constantly roll, almost like you're trying to completely do a 360 with your hand. You know what I'm saying? So when you're getting here, you don't want to just stop here and then try to roll. The whole time you're trying to put your fingertips to your stomach, to your center, your belt buckle, your heart out, whatever you want to call it. So you're rolling this the whole entire time. That intensifies the technique 100-fold. So when you're doing that fast and you move into this, that happens quickly. Obviously the release has to happen fast too, otherwise you have an injured partner. You can be hurt all day long, but once you're injured, you can't train anymore until that injury actually heals. So let's try that one more time. Just remember, don't push down, get in that position to roll, and keep this all within your workspace. Don't get detached from this. Don't detach yourself from it. Get it right there to where you're in front. Okay, try one more time. So move and apply. See, I can see that you're kind of pushing. You gotta roll it more. Okay, he's tapping. He tapped, good. Okay, one more time. Apply, roll, good. Okay, now we're gonna add the Kotagaishi to this. One more time. Go ahead. So get the lock up, boom. Grab the whip, Tenkan, turn around. From that point, step through, throw. Good. Throw a little harder. Remember when you throw, don't do, just circle this. Circle it and just drop it. Okay, Steve, you're gonna get lit up here, all right? Call me Steve right now. That's her favorite name for a man is Steve. Fuck his shit up, go for it. So get the wrist lock, apply the wrist lock, okay, grab, turn like you mean it. It's not made of glass. Lock them up, turn, throw, boom, slow. Follow through with it more. You pull back, follow through. Follow through. A lot harder. Boom, turn, throw. Nice. One more. When you get the throw, once you get to here and you apply this and you start moving, you want this explosiveness coming from your head. Okay? Kind of like when you went to the range and you practice shooting, if you're doing it from a draw, this is pulling out. You're pulling the trigger. This is coming from here. You're pulling the trigger at this point. So as you turn, think of you pulling the trigger. Explode into that hand. So when this happens, this is boom, explosion. Okay? Don't push the hand out like this and then do that. It's almost like you actually cut yourself off midway through technique. Follow through with the technique. I can throw this guy to that wall and he's going to dust himself off and come back at you. You're not going to hurt this guy. So when you apply this, it's right there. Don't project out, straight down. Just like I applied, straight down. One more. Go ahead. Apply the lock. Turn. Little more. You kind of let go. Hit it, and boom, explode. There it is, turn, throw. That was better. It's almost like when you release the throw, it's like you're kind of like here. Okay, just let it go. Just, you know, somebody spit in your face today, make them pay for it. Not literally, but make them pay for it. Make them move. Apply the lock, turn, throw. Little better. One more time. One more time. Lock, turn. Good. It's not bad. This is the first time she's ever done this technique where she transitioned from a Nikyo into a Kotagaishi. You guys are witnesses here. First time she's ever did this. No bullshit. You guys know that when I do videos, nothing's scripted. It's all one take. It's all organic. Whatever comes out of my mouth is what comes out of my mouth. You can see right there in the actual lesson of her learning this, I walked her through that. Okay, has she seen this technique before? Yes, she has. Has she practiced it before tonight? No, she hasn't. That is actually really good for somebody that did this the very first time. You know, the Nikyo lock, she kind of had an idea how that worked. Hasn't gotten a lot of practice on it because we really haven't moved on to it, but I decided to bring her in because she was a good candidate to actually do this. you know, with this video to show you guys how quickly this stuff can be learned. Part of the idea with training is always staying focused with what you're doing. You know, if you got a laundry list of things that you got to do at home, don't come to class that day, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to be focused on the training. This girl comes to class, she's focused, non-stop. The second she walks in the door, the second she steps on the mat, the second the first roll she does for warm-up, she's focused. She means business, okay? That is where the mindset is with a combat mindset, a warrior mindset. She comes to work and she takes care of business. To give you a small background on her, she used to play women's professional football, okay, for the Chicago Blitz. Haven't looked up too many videos on YouTube. You got a lot of stuff on YouTube with the football team?
I personally don't have a lot, but there is a lot of good footage of the Blitz players, all of them really strong, really strong players. No bullshit, no fucking around on that field.
That's awesome. I mean, can you imagine her? I mean, granted, it's like the lingerie football stuff. You still got a helmet on, you still got pads. I mean, I've watched some clips of some of the games. Some of those girls, man, take some fucking hard-ass shots. Man, I was like, holy shit. She did that? Wow, that's fucking crazy. But seeing the way how she comes in class and she trains, I can see where she gets that, you know, that mentality from. That when she's on the field playing football, it's all about business. You know, she's there to do a job and she does it great. When she comes here for training, she comes here to train.
There's nothing between you and the other person, and it's just what's going to happen.
Exactly. You know, and on the street, I mean, exactly. I've had conversations with her, you know, back, you know, whatever, 10 years ago, whatever, you know, when she used to go out a lot. She was just telling me today before you leave class, she's, you know how many times I've been grabbed at by guys at clubs? You know, somebody coming up and grabbing me or whatever, whether I knew the person or not. I'm like, probably countless. She goes, this type of stuff is what women need to be able to handle being grabbed. Now, what are the chances of, you know, some fool going and grabbing me like this? You know, probably a very rare thing. I'm probably going to get struck. That's why we show the technique with the deflection.
It's like the number one thing that guys like to do is to sit there and, hey, talk to me. And what are you supposed to do? You got a purse in one hand and a drink in the other hand. You need to know how to react and get the hell out of Dodge.
Especially if it turns south, if it goes bad. So this is great stuff for women to learn, for self-defense. It's applicable, it's easy. I mean, how hard, I mean, honestly, no bullshit. You did this a couple times beforehand. How difficult was this technique to learn?
No. It was not difficult with the focus and everything else. It was something that I can come in and feel comfortable that I have a general idea of after one day. Obviously it needs to be perfected, but
it happened pretty quickly.
Very doable for anyone.
But it happened quickly.
Yes.
So obviously with your focus, that's one thing that helps you, because your football training, being focused with that, you pay attention to detail and you move with it and you just go.
Yeah.
So it's pretty quick. So right there you have it. You have it right from her. She's telling you guys, telling all the women out there, this is good stuff.
You guys can do it.
Not that hard, right?
No.
So that's pretty much about it for us. You know, we weren't going to go into too many techniques, just one basic one, and then obviously introduce her. Again, this is Dana. You know, she's been with me for about a month and a half now. So that's it for this video. Trust me, I'm not going to forget about the next Aikido Past, Present, Future video. I would tell you what it is, but I'm going to make you wait, because this one's fucking good. This one's really good. This actually is, this one's pretty much for anybody and anybody that does martial arts, especially the UFC guys. I can see how this would work great with the UFC guys, especially if you're strong at it and you're able to apply it. It's a great technique. Got some upcoming events coming up soon. Something big that I'm about to drop real soon. Keep an eye on this channel, especially in the next couple days, because I might be posting another video that you guys might want to see. That's it. Like, subscribe, share our videos. Follow us on Instagram, the Road Warriors channel, or Road Warriors Training Compound on Instagram. Facebook, the Road Warriors Compound on Facebook, Combative Concepts on Facebook. If you want to find me on Facebook, you know, look up Lenny Sly. I don't think I have too much room left for any friend requests. I'm pretty much stacked by the Facebook standards, which, you know, Zuckerberg, you're a douchebag because 5,000 friends, you're a fucking asshole. I really don't feel like making a public figure page either. That's it for us here at the Road Warrior Training Compound. I'm Lenny Sly. We'll see you next time on the next video. Thanks for watching.